Okay, very good. Thank you. Good morning, Co-Banker George, Realty. Nice to see you today, and it's a wonderful and very very nice Monday after the weekend of raining, and the weather is really nice. So it's good time to get your engine wrapping and do some business. Okay, as for some reason we don't have too many affiliates today, but nevertheless we'll start with the affiliate first. Marie, will you go first, please?
Sure, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Marie Paramar with Contempo Escrow here to help you grow your business. I think right now it's just about getting out there and farming, guys, getting to your sphere of influences. Door knocking season is going to come soon where it's beautiful outside. It's getting later after 7. It's time to get out there, spread your wings, and farm. If there's anything that I can do to help you, if you need estimates for your listing appointments or you just have questions, many of you, if you have questions on mobile homes, you know that I'm the girl for you. Whatever you need to help you grow your business. We're in a season of change with real estate. I think what used to be no longer applies today. So I think we have to in order to get a different result, we have to do something different. So whatever that means to you as far as your change and how you're going to enter real estate and produce your new business, make me a part of it to let me help you in whatever you need. I'm here for you. Have a great week.
Right, thank you, Marie. Thank you very much. Okay, Nancy, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, everybody. Marie is always right. Your job, you wake up every morning, unless you have something in escrow, unemployed. So you need to go out and get more jobs. So get more listings. If you need help, door knocking, like Marie said, all the affiliates here are willing to help you. There are certain tricks and there are certain things scripts that you can use. So if you need anything, give me a call. I will be happy to help you. Nancy Chan, lawyer's title. Thank you. Have a
Good,
great one.
thank you, Nancy. Nancy, are you still up for mentoring individual
Yeah,
agent if they
yeah.
need
Call me
help?
anytime. I have a lot of
Yeah.
time. The kids are
Okay.
grown. I don't have to go home and cook anymore.
Well, a month ago, or actually 2 months ago, you have mentored
I
about
sat down. Yeah, I
seven
sat
of
down
the
with,
agents, and so it turned out pretty good. So if they want to continue, would
yes,
they willing to help?
yes,
Okay, good.
anytime.
So any of the agents want to have a hand-on training with Nancy? Nancy is here to help. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Sandy, I'm glad you can join us. I thought we are not going to see you today. Sandy, you have to unmute
Good
yourself.
morning. Good morning. Yeah, I was all last week. I was in Arizona for our top 20 awards for Circle of Excellence because I won last year. So pretty excited about that. Back to work. My email is full. My voicemail is full. But this is a fantastic time to go out door knocking. The weather is finally beautiful, and it's probably gonna stay that way now until it gets super super hot in July. I have door hangers. I have baggies. I have inserts. Use the knowledge that you can get from your affiliates and then use the tools that we can provide for you. And they're all free. I can bring them to the office. I can send them to your house. Whatever you need, I will make happen for you. So I'll drop my info into chat and have a great week.
Great, thank you. When are you going to on your next cruise?
Uh, Fingers crossed, September 2nd, 11 days
Okay.
to
Oh,
Alaska.
all right. Looking
Fingers
forward
crossed.
to it?
Hmm?
Are you looking forward to
I'm counting the days down, Peter. So there's that.
it? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
I think that's all the affiliates besides Tony. Um, uh,
Angie's here.
Angie?
Hi,
Oh, what? I can't see you,
right
Angie. Where? Oh,
here.
where are you? Oh, now you are here. Okay, I didn't see you because yeah.
Good morning, Peter.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
everyone. Angie
All
Tang,
right.
First American Title. Thanks for not missing me. Always good to be here with you guys. It's always a good time to farm, like everybody was saying. The business is moving forward, and if you don't know what layering farming is, that's the new trend to do your farming because we can't just blast everybody. Now we have to start layering and figuring out how to hone in on your farm, like I mentioned last week. So please give me a call. I'll tell you how to do it. We can layer your farms, get you those leads, get you those listings. They are working. People are getting listings, and it's just up to you whether or not you be positive and move forward and persevere during this time. So I'm here to help you grow your business and secure it. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thank you.
So layering marketing is something new for
Mm-hmm.
your
Well, it's
company?
not something new, but it's a different way to think of how to farm. So you're really, really focusing in on your farm and making sure it's laser focused. So you have a higher return on your investment for your farm, like a faster return.
Statistically, it works better that way?
Yes, a lot better.
All right, good, good. We'll hear you teach us how to do the layering
Sure.
farming later on. Okay?
Sounds good.
Right. Thank you very much. All right, I think that's all the affiliate besides Tony.
Peter, I'm here.
Oh, Mark. Hey, how come I'm missing all those affiliates? For some reason,
That's okay.
Okay, Mark.
Well,
go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Mark Wee here for your property insurance needs. No, it's been challenging and quite crazy in the industry, but just know that there are policies that can be bought. It just needs a little bit more of your patience as underwriting is much more tighter. If you guys just look up, State Farm just recently canceled 70,000 of their clients in California this month. That's in addition to them not writing business at all. And many of the companies have been, so the market is tighter and tighter and tighter. The good thing is that there are still available markets. So don't let that deter you. But again, if I can't emphasize that enough, as soon as your offer is accepted, have your clients contact their own personal agents or myself if you want me to be part of your team, because you got to start the insurance process right away, because there's quite a bit of challenge. Oftentimes we get claims that pop up after we're in the process. That can delay an escrow or can even prevent your clients from obtaining it. But if we have documentations to show that the claim has been remediated, that's not an issue with the companies I deal with. Again, my info is in the chat and happy to help you even if I'm not part of the transaction.
Very good. Thank you, Mark. Last week I got an agent calling me about the insurance, and I told them that Mark was the best person to help us because the crisis is getting deeper and deeper, and sometimes it's very difficult to get coverage. So
it is, but I can help. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your help. All right, next is Frank. Hey, Frank, next that you can join us.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, CBG team. I am very excited about Wednesday that I got my Lunch and Learn coming in. So I want to invite all of you to be there. It's a different type of a platform that we call a down payment gifting assistance. And this is where anybody can gift you funds, whether it's $1 or $1,000. But more to talk about it, especially when it comes to now that lower fund buyers that are coming into the market are that they might need some extra money, right? So this is a great way to do it. But just happy to be here, a part of you guys, being an extension of your business. And thank you for everyone who we continue talking with each other and networking with each other to help grow in our own little family lives. So thank you guys. See you guys on Wednesday.
All right. Thank you. Looking forward to it, Frank. All right. Now comes the spotlight of affiliate, Tony from Villa the Property Inspection. He's going to tell us a lot about how the property inspections are done and some tips on it. So Tony, go ahead.
Great. Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everybody. Is there any chance I can share my screen really quickly?
Yeah. Michelle, can you allow Tony to share screen?
Okay, hold on. Let me make you a co-host.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. There it is. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. And, happy Monday. Like everybody said, the weather is awesome. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain, but the rest of this week is supposed to be ridiculous. It's a type of weather that inspires you to get out there and get stuff done. And yeah, the market has shifted. I do agree that, yeah, I think consistency is the key to get out there. If you're not consistent getting out there, nobody will know that you're there. I'm here to help in any possible way. we have a new page on our website called Ask the Inspector. And you can go on our website, and if you have a question, if you're showing a property, you're viewing a property, you have a report, anything like that from another company, you can ask a question on there. You can attach photographs, attach a report, whatever you need, send it, and we will have somebody get back to you immediately and answer your question. Doesn't even have to be anything that we inspected, but you, like everybody said, you have the tools. Please don't hesitate to use them. We're here to help make you successful. Now, so today I'm going to touch on really quickly, and you're going to want to stick around to the end of this because this should be fun, about SB 721 balcony inspections. And I know not everybody works with multifamily, but I know that there's SB 326, which applies to condominiums as well. So if you are working with an investor for multifamily property management, or even condominiums, this is the information that you want to have handy when you're working with them. So specifically SB 721, I'll bypass this page. You guys know me already. I've been in business for 25 years, and there's, that's just a lot of self-gloating there. So the history of SB 721 balcony inspections is that in 2015, that balcony that you see circled right there in Berkeley, California, collapsed, killing 6 students. And they came to find out that water had gotten into the balcony structure because it hadn't been well maintained. The rafters completely snapped off, and sadly, it was a tragedy where people died. So because of this, SB 721 and SB 326 were enacted by the governor. SB 721 pertains to apartment buildings specifically, and SB 326 pertains to condominium complexes. The bills are very, very similar. They're almost verbatim, but they do have a couple of differences, and I'll go right through that right now. So basically, what both of the bills cover is what you see on the screen here. Everything in blue is required to be inspected. Anything that projects from the exterior walls of the building, like the blue areas that you see right here, and is wood framed, primarily wood framed, needs to be inspected by January 1st, 2025. You're going to hear the word exterior elevated element a lot in the next several months as we get to that deadline. This is the actual balcony that collapsed. As you can see, it just completely snapped off. So when must it happen? Like I said, it has to happen by January 1st, 2025. After that, it's every 6 years. And unless there was a building permit done prior to January 2019, it applies basically for everybody now. Now, who can do the inspection? The inspection can be done by a civil or structural engineer for SB 721. It could also be done by a contractor or a certified building inspector. Now, the difference between SB 721 for apartments and SB 326 for condominiums is that for apartments, it could be done by a contractor or a certified building inspector. For condominiums, it has to be done by a structural engineer. And I think the Senate dropped the ball on that personally, because it's like sending in your surgeon when you go in for a checkup. And it's astronomically expensive. I've been keeping up with some of the competition and what they're charging for those inspections, and it's literally in the thousands to inspect balconies. Luckily for apartment buildings, that's not the case. We're able to do those inspections. Also, certified building inspector does not mean a home inspector. In our case, because I am a licensed general contractor and a certified building inspector, we are able to do that, but regular home inspectors, for the most part, are not unless they have these qualifications. So the inspection, basically the inspection is everything that you see in the picture. We need to identify what kind of balconies they are, particularly when they're wood framed, they're cantilevered, they extend away from the exterior walls of the building. We need to identify and write on the report what kind of waterproofing. Is it a magnesite floor covering? Is it tile? Is it wood? What's the condition of the paint? Any future performance issues, and then of course recommendations for repairs. Now, the law says that only 15% of balconies of a particular type need to be inspected. So for example, in this photograph, if you have, it's a big complex and you have like 20 of these, only 15% of them actually need to be inspected. I do recommend always just inspect all of them if you're already having them inspected, or you can recommend to your clients to have them inspected, because I've seen some that have been just over the last few months that are in pretty bad shape. And a lot of it, even the ones that are not, it at least gives the property owner or the management company a game plan on what to do, even if it's small repairs and maintenance related items. And now, if there is an immediate threat, if there is a structural concern with a balcony that it has the potential of collapsing, or it's leaning, the railings, I see a lot of railings that are leaning, then that constitutes an immediate threat to the tenant or the inhabitant of the house or the condo. And what the code says is that that balcony needs to immediately be cordoned off so that there is no access to it until the repairs are done. It also requires us as the inspectors to notify the local building department. And I know that's not a popular thing right now, but and honestly, we don't want to do that either. But there are some local cities that are already looking into, like the city of Los Angeles, into enacting their own local ordinances regarding balcony inspection. City of Los Angeles, for example, already opened up a portal online for us to submit reports when there is an emergency situation, and then their building department and their code enforcement will take it from there. If there's no immediate threats, you have 120 days. If it's permit related, if it's maintenance related, just resealing floors, resealing railings, and repainting, that kind of stuff. Very maintenance related items. There's nothing else that really needs to be done with these reports. You file them away. They're good for 6 years. For condominiums, it's 9 years. For apartments, it's 6 years. And you schedule the maintenance. If permits are required, you have 120 days to pull permits from that point. One of the other things that I want to touch on before I talk about the expo here is that if you do work with property management companies, if you do work with condominium owners, or you work with somebody who owns apartment buildings, there are a lot of companies that are popping up right now that are construction companies that have literally just opened their door for the specific reason of creating construction income revenue through balcony inspection. So they're basically using this platform to generate construction work. And I've heard a lot of complaints from the contractor state license board of people who have been pressured into doing unnecessary work, really expensive, unnecessary work to their balconies, because some of these contractors go in there and scare the owner into signing a contract to tear open all the balconies, when honest to God, for the most part, it's not necessary. There's only been a handful that I've seen over the last several months that I've been doing this that have required, extensive work. For the most part, you don't need that. So just be careful if you are or your clients are working or have balconies, that they're careful on who they hire to do their inspection. We are an inspection only company. We don't do any work. We're not going to try to sell any construction services. We'll tell you good, bad, or ugly, the condition of the property. So having said that, we are going to be at the Apartment Association Expo on May 15th. It's here in Pasadena at the Convention Center. It's free to go. So if you want to register, that's the website address. There's going to be a lot of investors. As realtors, this is a great place to be. There's going to be a lot of investors, a lot of property investors, a lot of buyers, management companies. It's a really good event. I've been to it before, but this is the first year we're actually going to be exhibiting at the expo. Our booth number is 229. Come on down. One of the things that we're going to be doing there, we're going to be having a lot of fun, actually. We're going to be taking all of our tools. We're going to be having demonstrations. We're also going to be having some raffles. And you have the opportunity today to join that raffle. And here's what we're going to be raffling off for the event. The drawing won't happen until the 15th, but we are going to be raffling off one free complete balcony inspection for an apartment building or a condominium. We're also going to be raffling off one complete home inspection, one complete sewer inspection, mold inspection, and one complete foundation inspection. Now, obviously, it's nothing that you're going to use individually, but you can thereby pass this along to your clients on your next transaction. So if you text the word raffle to that phone number, that's my phone number right there, I'll enter you into the raffle. And then, like I said, on May 15th at the expo, we're going to be doing the drawing, and then I'll notify whoever the winners are on that day. But basically, that's it. As far as balcony inspections, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. That is my personal cell phone number right there on the screen. So you can drop me a text or call me anytime. And yeah, just keep plugging along. If there's anything else that we could do to help you, we're here for you. And have a great week.
Well, thank you very much, Tony. It's very interesting. Now, this is a new law that applies to all residential as well as commercial properties, right?
Yes.
And you have to do the inspection regardless whether you're going to sell your property or not.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah. On all
okay.
apartment buildings and condominiums, whether you're going to sell it or whether you have a transaction or not, you have until January 1st of 2025.
Oh, until the 25. Okay, good. So we still have over a year to comply.
Yeah. Yeah. I assume that as we get a little closer to the end of the year, things are going to get really hectic because our phones have been blowing up lately for balcony inspections. I estimate probably half of our inspection work right now is balcony inspections.
I see. So now, if we're going to sell the property, and there will be a need for the home inspection. Would it be better to just find a home inspection company that can do both, like
yeah? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mention. Look,
certified for the balcony inspection.
If we do the actual home inspection, or we do the inspection of apartment building, the SB 721 inspection is included as part of the inspection.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
So that takes care of both things at the same time at no extra cost.
I see. That's good. Now, if they're not going to do the home inspection, but just the balcony inspection, how much would that entail?
It really depends on the type of building. Every building is a little bit different. Some of them have individual cantilevered balconies. Some of them have wood stairs. Some of them have those long walkway / balconies on the second, third floors. So we usually take a look at the property via Google Earth or Google Streets. If not, we'll drive by the property, take a look. Basically, it starts about $250, and then it builds from there. We're very reasonable compared to what I hear from investors right now that some of these construction companies are charging. I had one client of mine tell me that somebody quoted them something like $1,600 for a balcony inspection. I was like, wow, that's insane. Yeah, but no, we're very reasonable.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, any questions for Tony?
Yes, Tony, this is Steve. I have two questions. The first question is easy. On your PowerPoint, do you think you can, able to maybe forward to us?
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'll put the link for the page on the chat right now. I have a dedicated web page which explains everything I just said right now. And then there's a video that I did. It's about a 20-minute video that also breaks down all of the requirements for SB 721.
Okay, thank you. Now, next one is a technical question. Who certified you?
Who certified me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Let me see. My contractor state license board, ICC is the organization that writes the building codes for the entire country. And each individual state, like California, then adopts the ICC building code every 3 years. And then the individual cities adopt those building codes. The California building code is what it becomes. I'm certified by the ICC as a residential construction inspector and a commercial inspector and a housing inspector. And then I've got a few or several inspection certifications from the National Association of Certified Home Inspectors, from the Commercial Certified Inspectors Association as well, and a few others. I'm also registered as a post-disaster inspector for the state of California.
It is great. That means you are qualified.
Yeah, I've been around for a minute. Okay. 25 years later, they say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure Tony is well qualified. We only get the best.
Peter, I have a question. Carlos.
Oh, Carlos, yeah. Carlos.
My question is, I live in a condo complex. I live downstairs, but we have a second floor with balconies. Now, who is gonna be in charge of scheduling the inspection? Is that the management company of the complex or each individual owner of the condo?
It should be, typically it's the HOA that schedules that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep in mind that they're probably going to, if they do it, they're probably going to have some kind of assessment to cover the cost, because the quotes that I've been hearing, depending on the size of the condo or the condo complex, is literally in the thousands for inspection. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
More and more expenses for the apartments complex.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Tony. Appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay, and I think that's all the affiliates. If there's any affiliates that has not had the chance to talk, please say it or appear yourself. Okay. So we'll before we get on to the business of the branches, I would like to make some announcements. Now there will be ICSC convention. ICSC stands for International Council of Shopping Center. They're going to have a convention in Las Vegas from May the 19th to May 21st of 2024. There are several agents from our company going to attend. Some of them are like Richard Wong, Nick Borelli, and David Point. And if there's anyone who are interested in going, let me know, and maybe we can pair them together to have carpools and or go together. Okay. The second announcement is that the award ceremony will be held this year on May 17th, which is on Friday. Then it will be held at the Array 36 restaurant in Temple City. As you know, this restaurant is owned by James Chow, and it is his pride and joy. And it's a very nice restaurant, good food, and good ambient elements, and so we're looking forward to that. And the agents who are qualified for the award will be invited, and so just watch it on invitation. And the third announcement is about the sunset of the Outlook email. As you know that the CoBank home office is going to sunset that the feature, the Outlook email that they have been providing you for all these years. They're going to sunset it, but the forwarding feature will be maintained until an indefinite time. But don't count on it being too long. So the best way is to have it forwarded to your personal email address of your choice, and then all the data from the old Outlook email will be transported and to your new email address. So that has to be done before April 30th, 2024. There's only 15 more days, so time goes by very fast, and don't wait until the last minutes. So do it as soon as possible. As far as I know, there are still about 30 or 35 people that has not done that yet. So those 35 people, please expedite before it's too late. Okay. So with that, I would like to invite Doug Myers to tell what is the situation in Arcadia office. Doug?
Good morning, everybody. We're a little bit short-handed and missing a few computers here, but I'll give you the information that I have. It may not be all the information, but on listings, Andy Sue has a commercial sale on Valley Boulevard in Rosemead for $798. Sharon Chow has a residential lease in San Marino for $48.50. Amy Wang has got residential income in Los Angeles, $4.5 million. Yin Yin has a real good listing, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then Alma has got a newly remodeled mobile home on Elliott Avenue. I think it's Almani or South Almani. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $169. And on a couple of our sales, Barstow, Dorothy Lee had a listing of land in Barstow, sold for $750. I had a buyer in San Marino for $3.65. In Yin Yin, she had this listing in Mentone, which is right near Redlands, and she had multiple offers on it over the weekend. Good job, and sold it for overpriced. It was asking $295, sold it for $310. So things are going good here. So anyway, anything I could ever help you guys with, let me know. Okay, that's it, Peter. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Doug. Congratulations on your new deal in San Marino. That's good.
Thank you.
Over the weekend, I was thinking about your comment on the sphere of influence.
Yes.
And on the weekend, I get a call from a friend who I've known for 35 years, and all this time he hasn't been doing any business with me, but all of a sudden he called me and said, "Hey, Peter, I know you're in real estate business, so I have a listing in Monterey Park, $3.5 million, commercial building." So I said, "Oh my God, So you just never know, you have to keep
you never know
influence up there,
Yeah, stay in touch with all your past clients, your friends, your family, your neighbors, whoever you pay money to, your attorneys, your doctors. I'm telling you, there's business everywhere, and you never know when it's coming, right, Peter?
I just never know, This
just
guy,
never know.
My friend for 35 years, he never given me any business, and all of blue he called me and said,
"It happens.
Wow, can you take my listing, for the commercial real estate? 3.5.
That's a good phone call.
That's good. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. Now the business in Alhambra is a little light for last week, but nevertheless, we have 3 new listings and 4 transactions or sales. The listing that we have was the first one is by Nina and Tatiana for a condo in Chino for $528,000. The second one was also for Nina Shi for a condo in Alhambra, $738,000. The third one is a Karina Pang. It's a commercial lease in Alhambra, $2,500 per month. in Alhambra. That's commercial lease. So congratulations of those listings. And as for sales, we have Sunshine Galvin, residence at Santa Clarita for 675,000. Nina Shi for a condo in Monterey Park for 738,000. And also Sunshine Galvin again for income property and in Riverside for 635,000. And last but not the least, we have a double-ended from for Cozy Wu and Cindy Fang for residents in Monterey Park for $930,000. So congratulate all of them for the new sales. Hope they have a smooth sale in as well. All right, so that's all the business for the two offices. Now I have a topic today I'd like to share with you. So let me share the screen. Now I'm going to talk about the commission. Since the settlement of NAR, there's a lot of questions regarding the commissions and what kind of commission, what kind of requirement for the new requirement for the commission, and also how we can abide by the settlement for the NAR. So let's visit some of the commission issues, and so that we have a better idea of how to answer our clients' questions. I'm sure that there will be a lot of questions in the commissions, going forwards. So as you know that the NAR make a proposal for the settlement for once and for all for the lawsuit Burnett versus NAR, that will be effective for July of 2024. And they tentatively propose that three things. One is the commission cannot be mentioned in the MLS. And the second one is that there was a mandatory buyer-broker agreement. And the third thing is the global settlement between all the plaintiff and the defendants in the case. So that will alleviate some of the copycat lawsuits, once the settlement is finalized. But the most important thing is that they mandate the requirement of buyer brokers agreement, and in that requirement, that agreement has to be in writing, and it must be conspicuously disclose the amount and the rate of compensation to be received, regardless of all the what kind of sources or how the amount will be determined, and also have to stipulate how this amount will be determined. And the amount cannot be open-ended. It cannot be ambiguous. It has to be clearly stated and objectionably ascertainable. So, for example, it cannot just say that whatever amount that the seller is willing to offer. It has to have a definite percentage or a definite amount that the seller is willing to give as a commission. And also, the agents cannot be compensated more than the amount stated in the buyer representation agreement. In other words, if the buyer agents receive other sources of compensation from other sources other than the seller or the buyer, they have to disclose it, and it cannot be more than what is stipulated in the buyer broker agreement. Okay. Now, and also the form, as I said, it has to be in written form. There are a lot of forms that you can use, And I'm sure that the CAR will have updated forms in May of 2024. That's what they are expected to come out with the updated forms. For example, the brokers' compensation advisory will be automatically attached to the RLA, which is the listing agreement, and also the BRBC, which is the buyer representation and compensation agreement. So this will be these three forms will be probably bundled up together, and so you will have you'll see a lot of forms, updated forms from the California Association of Realtors in May, which is next month. So watch for that. I'm going to update with you once that it comes out. Okay. And also another thing is that the NAR settlement will prevent, will prohibit any advertising in the compensation of a commission in MLS. In other words, you cannot mention anything about the commission in the MLS, not even mention it. So it's just was forbidden. Okay, and now in order to be effective, so must the real estate broker have a written agreement with a principal to enforce their commission agreement on the sale or purchase of real estate? The answer is yes, because for any purchase or sale of real estate, and also for lease that is over a year, you have to have a written agreement on the commission. Otherwise, it will not be effective. Otherwise, it will not be you are not legally entitled to the commission. And because that's as you know that the annual agreement in the real estate is governed by the statute of fraud, which means that it has to be in writing. And if you don't have the party to be charged, which means that the party who is responsible for the contract, if they did not sign it, and you bring them to court, out our luck, you cannot enforce the agreement. So every agreement has to be signed by the party to be charged. In other words, if you want to enforce the contract, it has to be signed by other party. Okay, and although it's legal to enter into an oral agreement with the principal and receive a commission, but in order to enforce it, you have to have it in writing. So don't take any chances. They may promise you the whole world, but if it's not in writing and signed by the party, good luck if you are trying to enforce it in court. Okay. And must a specific commission agreement form be used? The answer is no. You don't have to have a specific commission agreement as long as you have the terms and conditions are clearly stated in the contract. It can be drafted by you or by any attorney. But if you want to use a standard form, you can. There's a lot of forms in the California Association of Realtors, a SIP form you can use, and I have listed the forms that you can use it in this context. There's a lot of forms, and I think it's a good time to get used or to get familiar with those forms, so that in the situation that where you need it. So I think it's very educational to look at those forms and get yourself familiarized with that. So all these forms that I have depicted here. Okay. And also another thing that you have to remember is the commissions are totally negotiable. In other words, it's not fixed. It's not fixed at 6% or 7%, 8% or 5%, 4% for that matter. It can be totally negotiable, and just in commercial real estate, it has been totally negotiable anyway. And it is really seldom fixed at 6%. For big properties, like over $4 million, the commissions usually 4% or even 3%, you know. Anything over $10 million, maybe 2%, you know. So those are totally negotiable. So don't let it discourage you to negotiate the commission. Now, if you have business opportunity, which the amount the business opportunity amount is not that high, or you know, some of them like $200,000. Sometimes you can charge it up to 10%. You know, for like if you sell the medical practice or dental practice or a small restaurant, the business opportunity commission is usually 10%. So bottom line is the commissions are totally negotiable, but it has to be in writing in order to be valid. So that, as I said, that is a statute of fraud. Okay, and also, must the commission agreement contain any specific language by law? Yeah, if you there's a special circumstances that you have to have disclose some special language for the residential units, 1 or 4 or less, or for mobile homes. And if you are using the standard form, so standard form is the trick. You know, in other words, if you are using the standard form from the CAR, the SIP form from CAR, and you must contain a statement in not less than 10-point boldface type immediately preceding the provisions of any agreement regarding to the compensation of the licensee. So you have to have this this language. Is that notice? The amount or rate of real estate commission is not fixed by law. They are set by each broker individually and may be negotiable between the seller and the broker. So this sentence has to appear on a standard form if you're using the standard form. For residential 4 units or less, or mobile park, mobile homes, and you have to have this kind of disclosure. So, but if you're not using the standard form, and if you're using a form by a lawyer, you don't have to have this kind of notice. But you know, because they think that, you know, if you are using professional the agreement with the languages, you should make it clear that that all disclosure that the commission is set by, it's not set by law, it's negotiable anyway. So the commission can be either a percentage of the purchase price or flat amount. You know, so it doesn't have to be one way or another. It can be a combination of both too. You know, so it's pretty versatile, and then you can do it whatever you like, as far as that the amount is definite and it's not ambiguous. Okay. And must exclusive listing or buyer focus agreement contain a termination date? The answer is yes. So if you have exclusive listing, you must have a termination date. And you know, I had last week I had a question from an agent, and he asked me, hey Peter, you know, I have an exclusive listing that is not signed by the owner or by the landlord. So does it mean that this exclusive listing is forever? I said, you gotta be kidding. You know, how can you have non-executed, that means unsigned exclusive listing, and expect it to last forever? That's not reasonable, you know. So I told him that you know, if you have an exclusive listing or buy a broker agreement, you have to have a termination date. If you don't have a termination date, it's a violation of the rules and regulation of the DLE, and the DLE may go after you for being such a negligent. You know, and also especially when you're trying to expect that that the agreement is forever. That's not going to fly in court. So so in other words, if you have an exclusive listing, you must have a termination date. But and also this is it applies to all properties, regardless whether it's residential or commercial. But if you have an exclusive listing which omits a definite termination date, not necessarily void, but while you're trying to cancel it, I mean to enforce it, it's not going to be valid. And also you might be subject to discipline by the Department of Real Estate because this is contained in the rules and regulation of the DRE. So just be a little bit careful. Don't be too sloppy, and make sure that all the written agreements are signed by the parties to be charged. Okay. Now, when is the commission earned? That's a popular question. So when is the commission due? Or you can earn the commission. Well, basically, if you have a willing and securing a ready and willing buyer, an able buyer, then your commission is due. I mean, you can earn your commission. But however, under the standard residential listing agreement, this particularly say that, hey, you have to have the transaction consummated. In other words, the buyer has to complete the transaction. So, and also it contains the same kind of provision in the California Residential Purchase Agreement. So unless you want it differently, you have to say so. Otherwise, the default of the residential listing agreement and the default of the residential purchase agreement, they indicated that they have a clause that's specifying that the commission is not earned until the transaction is complete, which means that you have to, the buyer has to complete the transaction and the escrow has closed. So that's the time that the commission is earned in most cases. Now, if the seller without a cause withdraws from the property from the market, can the listing broker recover a commission? The answer is yes. If the listing agreement contains a withdrawal or draw provision in which the seller agrees that upon the withdrawal of the property from the market without the broker's consent, the buyer under the seller will pay the broker commission, which is the CL standard form listing agreements that has this kind of provision. Now, if the buyer or seller breached the contract to purchase the real estate, is the broker entitled to a commission? Yeah, typically, yeah. If the seller breached the purchase agreement, which means that the commission, that is that they have breached the contract. So, but however, the printed commission provision frequently cover in detail the right of the broker in the event of the breach of the principle, and each one must be analyzed on its own terms. It means that sometimes you have the standard forms and have different kind of provision. So you just have to read that carefully and make sure that it is the situation that you want in that in the listing agreement or any contract that you enter with the seller or broker. And can the real estate broker still collect a commission when the listing or buyer broker's agreement has expired? Yes, sometimes they have what they call the protection clause, which means that if the broker has been working on the property, and then and later on the listing agreement has expired, then they have a protection clause, which means that if they have been working on the property, they are entitled to the commission. Now, and also generally, the safety clauses require the broker to provide the seller with a written list of all those prospects, including the prospects' related identity. And in other words, they have to have the name of the prospect and also the name of the property, which are under this protection clause. So as long as you have the protection clause, you are entitled to the commission. Okay. Now, may a real estate broker who filed a lawsuit to recover a commission be called a lispendent against this the seller's property? This is a very popular question. He said that, hey, the seller doesn't want to pay me commission, so I'm going to sue him, and I'm going to lispendent his property so that he cannot sell the property to other people. Can I do that? No, definitely not, because a dispute on the commission is not, it doesn't involve the title of the property. So it's just purely a damaged, a damaged claim for the commission, because the seller didn't pay you the commission. It doesn't have anything with the title. Now, if you proceed and sue the seller and put a lispendent on the property, then you might be liable for defamation or for libel and for the clouding of the title and all that. So be careful not to put a lispendent on the property when, even though you're suing the seller. That's just not proper. It's not allowable. Okay. Now, it's an oral agreement between the real estate license to share a commission as possible. Yeah, you can have an oral agreement between the real estate licenses. In other words, the real estate, the listing agent and the buyer's agent can have an oral agreement between the split of the commissions. But nevertheless, you should have that in writing, because anytime it comes to the dispute, then the statute of fraud that still applies. So just to be safe, you should have it in writing. Now, when a real estate salesperson terminates his or her relationship with the real estate broker under whom she and he is licensed, is the salesperson entitled to any commission on pending escrow. In other words, if you leave Coldwell Banker George Realty when you are still working on the deal, will you be entitled to the commission? The answer is yes. And if you have independent contractor license with the Coldwell Banker George, in which it says that if you're working on a deal and then so you left the company, and the company will arrange it to have it set and have it complete the process, and then pay you for the commission. So it's stipulated in the independent contractors agreement. So let's be sure your commission will be safe even if you leave the company. But the broker can have the deduct some amount from you because he need to have somebody's help to complete the transaction by another agent. So the other agents will be entitled for some of the commission as well, and they will split the commission between you and the other agent. Okay, but nevertheless, you still entitled to some of the commissions. Can a real estate broker share a commission with the out-of-state broker? Say, example, if you are working with the broker in Arizona, can you share the commission? The answer is yes. Although the DLE said that you cannot share commission with a non-California licensed agent, yet if you are out of the state broker, you are working with people in the California that doesn't have a California license, then the answer is no. You cannot share commission. You can give him a referral fees, but you cannot share the commission just like you share commission among the California agents. Okay, so if you are getting a referral, you should check the DLE rules and regulations as how you can do that. Okay. Now, how is the broker commission determined in the probate court? A lot of time, a probate sale, I should say. A lot of time you are engaged in the probate sale, and so how is the commission determined? There are two types of sales in the probate. There are two types of probate sale. One is under the Independent Administration of Estate Act, which is IAEA, and one is through the court supervision. If you're doing under the IAEA, the commission agreed by the seller and the broker is final. So that's it. You don't need to have the courts or the IAEA to determine what kind of commission it is for the probate sale. But if the probate sale is under the supervision of the court has the right to determine how much commission you can get. And after that, if you want to split it with the other agent, you're free to do that. But the initial stipulation of the commission has to be under the court's decision. Okay, in other words, the court will determine exactly how many percent, what kind of how much commission you deserve in that probate sale. Okay, so there are two types, each is different. For the IAEA, you can set any commission you want, but under the court, if it's under the court supervision, the court will determine the commissions in that probate sale. Can a broker receive an advance fee or commission for services to perform in the future? In other words, can you say that, hey, in order for me to serve you, you have to put an advance fee of $5,000. No, this is not permitted in real estate sales, and there's a violation of the rules and regulations of the DRE. So any advance fee, you have to be approved and beforehand by the Department of Real Estate, and they have to, and they have to be approved prior to receiving that advance fees. But I will not recommend you because this is a cumbersome process, and it's just not worth it. So just and also the money that you receive, you have to put it in a trust account, probably with some of the interest provision in it, and this is just not worth it. So don't try to receive any advance fees or commission for services to be performed in the future. Okay, so I just don't recommend it at all. Okay, so all right, so that's all. I'm sorry that's a little bit lengthy, and but this is some of the things that we should have to know about the commissions. So is there any questions?
Oh, yes. Hi, this is Alex. It's a
Yes.
long time without being in the meeting, so let me introduce myself again. I'm Alex, in case you don't remember me. I was approached by one of my private clients, and she told me that his neighbors want to sell the house, but they don't want to put it on the MLS. He want to sell it to one of his sons. Do I have to say? Of course, I do have to have an agreement between buyers and sellers, or should I do just buyer agreement?
If you want to
Or have
receive
to do both?
commission,
Yeah,
if you want
I know to go
commission, you
commission.
should have put in writing. Yes.
Of course. So my question is, since we know, that who's going to buy the property and everything, to make it easier or safer, I would say. So I had to get a agreement signed by the seller and also by the buyer that I'm representing.
Depends on who wants to pay your commission. Whoever want to, whoever you want to pay the commission, you have to sign an agreement with him or her.
Yeah, because the idea was, for instance, on the sales price, we're going to include the commission. So it will come in through escrow, and they want to pay like we do regular. So I'm going to be representing both of them, I guess, at that point, no?
It doesn't matter if you want to disperse your commission through escrow, you have to have it in writing.
Yes. Okay.
So what is your question? I still don't understand why you think
No,
that.
no, because my clients told me the gentleman, you know, is an elderly person, but he's fine there. He's not undecided where move to Arizona, one of family members, or move to another state. So he said, as soon he decided where to go, so he give us the green light and he say, hey, let's help us with the transaction. So we are not going to put it on the MLS. We're not going to do nothing, just
No,
between both of them.
don't change the procedure, you know, because
Of course, no, I
yeah,
understand, but
yeah, it's schedule for make sure that you are protected.
I know that's what
in
my
writing.
question. My
Put in
question is,
writing.
so I had to sign an agreement.
Yes.
When the owner, also when the buyer, both of them, I mean, like a buyer's agreement, I represent them, both of them, no?
Yeah, if you want to have the buyer pay some of the commission, yeah, you should have the buyer broker buyer the agreement as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure. Any other questions?
Yes, just want to make sure all these kind of update the form is going to incorporate inside the template when it is available.
Yeah. It's they're working on it, and they think that they will come out in middle of May. I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Peter, Carlos,
Yeah,
I have a
Carlos.
question. Okay, I have a listing agreement till August.
Yes.
To sell a property.
Yes.
And like you said, that agreement has a MLS stipulation on there.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to those listing agreements?
The listing agreement, you should actually redo the listing agreement, you know, in anticipation of the enforcement in July.
July, right?
If you think that it's going to be you know, over, I mean, the listing will carry over to August. You should you know, update it.
Okay.
Yeah.
By that time, you'll have the new form with
Yes, we have the new form. Just let you know.
eliminating the MLS part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. And then any more questions? I'll send you the PowerPoints after the meeting, so that you can keep a good record of, you know, what to do in case this kind of situation arises. Okay, any more questions? Okay, if not, I would like to adjourn the meeting, and I'll see you next week. You have a nice week, everybody. That's all. Thank you.